Welcome back. Travels with Maggie. Maggie and I are out on a walk. We'll take you down into the wetlands. Maggie's already ahead of me, so I'll just ramble on. The topic, oh my God, it's always a loose tool that you find on these walks. Anyway, the topic, I guess, is going to have to be the state of things around the United States right now. And I'm sure what's on everybody's mind is how bad can it get? And for literally millions, tens of millions of people in the United States, the answer is we're going to find out, and it can get very bad. I'm going to tell you something, and it's going to sound like I'm not caring or that I'm trying to say neener, but Bev and I that's not my intent. I'm trying to point out something in a roundabout way of steps you can take. But Bev and I were having this talk last night. The worst thing, I was thinking last year, the worst thing that could happen is if somehow Trump and the Republicans managed to eliminate Social Security. Now, I don't believe for a second it could happen, because that's a kiss of death for any politician. Any politician that would support that would find themselves out of politics fairly quickly. But I'm not going to say it can't happen. And so Bev and I were having that talk, that the worst thing that could happen is if Social Security were eliminated, and then our Social Security checks wouldn't come once a month. But then we started talking about it, and actually we have put together a life where even that wouldn't put us in a financial bind. We've basically eliminated our credit. I have the car to pay for. But even without the Social Security checks, we have enough money coming in. And remember, we don't pay rent. And we have food on the farms, between the two farms that we bounce between doing odd jobs on. We have enough food, you would just get by. That's the worst that could happen for us. Now, I don't say that, because I'm uncaring about the situation that other people are in. I get it. If your job's eliminated and you're the average American with $8,000-$10,000 in debt from credit card debt, plus you owe on your house, plus you owe on your car, and your job is eliminated, yeah, that's a problem. That, fans, is a problem. I mean, how bad can it get? I don't know. I really don't know. There's insanity in politics right now. Sooner or later, it's going to find its breaking point. I don't know what the breaking point looks like. I really don't. Back in the 60s and 70s, late 60s, early 70s, protesting Nixon and Vietnam War and all of that, there were protest gatherings of tens of thousands of people. I was in one that literally shut down Interstate 5. The protest march went right on to Interstate 5 and shut down the freeway. And I don't see those kind of protests yet. I mentioned to somebody the other day, he who controls the media and the stories in the media control reality. There's going to have to be enough of an uprising where that the powers that be have no choice but to change their ways. Corporations today, major corporations, and it's not just corporations, guys. It's like hedge funds and places like, entities like BlackRock and Blackstone, who have more wealth than some countries, many countries. They're the ones pulling the strings. They're the ones getting the votes. They're the ones giving power to the Democrats, to the politicians who don't seem to care whether they're hurting the little guy or not. Things will come to a head. In the meantime, people are going to suffer. And what the people's response will be to that suffering, we're going to find out. I don't know what it'll be. I don't know how much people have to suffer before they take matters into their own hands. Perhaps, maybe the Democrats can get the courts to put a halt to a lot of these things that are being done. Maybe. And if the courts make a ruling and politicians refuse to acknowledge that ruling, that's a constitutional crisis. And then what happens? So we're going to see. Next year is going to be tumultuous. It's going to be painful. At the very least, it'll be interesting. If I could get people to understand this, you are only a victim if you allow it. My advice, start taking steps to improve your situation in life. Whether that's to start your own small business, get some gigs going on the side that'll give you some income that isn't relying on a company or on a corporation, do it. If it means growing your own food in your backyard or in your front yard, do it. Find some way to alleviate some of the burden. I don't know what you're going to do about credit card debt, but if you somehow manage to get it paid off and you don't cut up those credit cards, you're an idiot. And naturally, now that Maggie and I are out walking, the rain started. Listen, guys, I'm not going to belabor this point. Bev and I started this simple living journey, oh God, 8, 9, 10 years ago. We've been taking steps so that if things got bad, we would be okay. And we are at the point now where we are okay. And that's a journey I hope many of you watching this start taking. You need to start getting yourself in a financial position where if the shit hits the fan, you can still get by. I don't know what that looks like for you. It might require some drastic decisions. Maggie and me, we're just on a walk on the farm. Really, we don't have a care in the world. And that's remarkable. It's the first time in my life where I'm literally carefree. I have no stress. I have no debt to speak of that I can't handle. I don't know. Times are tough. And you got to do something. You can't sit around and just make snide little comments on Facebook and then think you've done something. You haven't done a damn thing. You're not affecting anything. You're not affecting politicians. You're not affecting corporations. You're not doing anything. I know you're frustrated, how frustrated. Make change happen. It's my message to you. Find a way. Don't throw up your hands and say, I don't know what to do. Don't throw up your hands and say, we can't do anything. Yeah, you can. Small steps become big steps. Get started. For Maggie and I, where's Maggie? There she is. Come on, Maggie, let's get out of the rain. For Maggie and I, over and out. Good luck to all of you. Blessings to all of you.